Hello and welcome to Christchurch here in Chorleywood. I'm Sylvia Mann. I hope you have been able to enjoy something of the Christmas and New Year's season, even if it has not been possible to share the time with family or friends. This week, on the 6th of January, Christians will celebrate the Epiphany, the manifestation of Christ to the Gentiles as represented by the Magi, sometimes referred to as kings or the wise men, who brought gifts of gold, frankincense and myrrh to the child Jesus. In chapter 2 of Matthew's Gospel, in the New Testament of the Bible, we are reminded that these men travelled from the east to Jerusalem, having faithfully followed a star. No indication is given as to how long this journey took them, but something like 2 years or even longer is certainly a possibility. They were very determined. Their question, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews?" sent Jerusalem into turmoil and greatly disturbed King Herod. He consulted with the chief priests and the teachers of the law, who advised him of the words of the prophet Micah. "But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a governor who will shepherd my people Israel." Herod called the Magi to him in secret and sent them to Bethlehem, telling them that as soon as they found the child, they must report to him so that he could go and worship him. If ever there was a man with an ulterior motive, it was certainly Herod. The Magi were overjoyed when the star stopped over the house where Jesus was, and they went in and bowed down and worshipped him. They opened their treasures and presented him with their gifts. What an occasion it must have been for Mary and Joseph, the parents of Jesus. More than a little overwhelming, I suspect. God warned the Magi in a dream not to go back to Herod, and they journeyed to their own country by a different route. As they left, Joseph was also warned by an angel of God in a dream that he should leave in the night and flee into Egypt with Mary and Jesus. Matthew goes on to relate that Herod was furious when he realized that the Magi had outwitted him. I think that was probably putting it mildly. He immediately gave orders to kill all the boys of 2 years of age and under in Bethlehem and the surrounding area. Joseph would not return with his family from Egypt until after Herod's death, and then, even then it would not be to Judea, but to Nazareth in Galilee. This was because Archelaus, one of Herod's sons, who was just as evil as his father, was reigning in Judea. I love Christmas music, and carols especially, and there's an old carol that I was reminded of that relates the story of the Magi, and the first verse goes like this: "As with gladness men of old did the guiding star behold, as with joy they hailed its light, leading onward, beaming bright. So most gracious Lord may we evermore be led to thee. As Christians, we are blessed with the light and love of the Christ child, God's wondrous gift to us, his beloved Son. That light and love takes us on to the sorrow of Christ's crucifixion, but moreover to the joy of the resurrection morning when Christ is risen, the light of the world, who on the cross has taken the burden of our sin upon himself. We may have made or be making New Year resolutions, losing weight, taking more exercise, giving up smoking, taking on a new hobby, being better at keeping in touch with family and friends. The list is endless. I was thinking that it would be great if we added another resolution to those we've made. As Christians, the light and love of Jesus lives in us, not to be hung on to or hidden away, but rather to be revealed to those who we meet day by day. That might be family, friends, work colleagues, and so on. So let's make that extra resolution that this year, with God's help, we won't hesitate to share his love and his light at every opportunity, so that others will be led into a living relationship with our loving and ever faithful Father. Our motto at Christ Church is God's love. Know it, show it, share it, and declare it. I pray that it will become part of your life day by day, if it isn't securely there already. If you want to know more about God's love for you, consider joining our next online Alpha course, which starts in February. The details are on our website at cccw.org.uk. And now for that carol, As with Gladness, Men of Old, sung by the St. Michael's Singers from Coventry. I hope you enjoy it. Take care and God bless.